Are you preparing for the Claude Certified Architect Foundations exam and want to test how well you understand the core concepts? In this video, we'll challenge you with 5 carefully selected practice questions designed to sharpen your knowledge and build exam confidence. Introduction. Welcome to the Pass4Future channel. In today's video, we'll go through 5 Claude Certified Architect Foundations practice questions and answers, covering important concepts you should understand before taking the exam. Each question comes with a clear explanation, so you can learn why the correct answer is right rather than simply memorizing it. And if you want a downloadable PDF of these questions and answers, you can grab it from our website, Pass4Future.com. The full link is available in the description below. So, let's get started with question number 1. Question 1. Which approach is generally most appropriate when designing an AI application that uses Claude to perform a complex, multi-step task? A. Put the entire task into one extremely long prompt. B. Break the task into clear steps and provide Claude with the appropriate context at each stage. C. Remove all context to allow Claude complete freedom. D. Ask Claude to generate random intermediate outputs. Correct answer, B. Break the task into clear steps and provide Claude with the appropriate context at each stage. Explanation. Breaking a complex task into clear steps can make the workflow easier to understand, test, and maintain. Claude performs best when it receives relevant context and clearly defined instructions. For complex workflows, an architect should consider how the task can be structured into logical stages, rather than relying on one unnecessarily complicated prompt. This approach can improve reliability, make errors easier to identify, and provide better control over the overall application behavior. Question 2. When building an application with Claude, why is providing relevant context important? A. It guarantees that Claude will always produce a correct answer. B. It helps Claude understand the task, constraints, and information needed to generate a useful response. C. It eliminates the need for application logic. D. It automatically reduces every API request to 0 tokens. Correct answer, B. It helps Claude understand the task, constraints, and information needed to generate a useful response. Explanation. Context gives Claude the information it needs to understand what the user wants, what constraints apply, and what information should influence the response. Good context engineering is an important part of building reliable AI applications. However, providing more context is not always better. The goal is to provide relevant, useful, and well-structured information. That balance can help improve response quality while avoiding unnecessary token usage. Question 3. An application needs Claude to answer questions using information from a company's internal documents. What is an appropriate architecture for this requirement? A. Ask Claude to memorize all company documents permanently. B. Retrieve relevant information from the documents and provide that information to Claude as context. C. Remove the documents and rely only on Claude's general knowledge. D. Randomly select documents for every request. Correct answer, B. Retrieve relevant information from the documents and provide that information to Claude as context. Explanation. For applications that need to work with private or frequently changing information, a common approach is to retrieve relevant information and provide it to Claude at inference time. This pattern is commonly associated with Retrieval Augmented Generation, or RAG. Instead of expecting the model to permanently memorize an organization's documents, the application can identify relevant information and include it in the prompt or context for the current request. This can help keep responses grounded in the organization's available information. Question 4. What is one of the most important considerations when designing an AI application for production use? A. Making every prompt as long as possible. B. Assuming the model will always behave exactly as expected. C. designing for reliability, monitoring, evaluation, and appropriate safeguards. D. Removing all validation from the application. Correct answer. C. Designing for reliability, monitoring, evaluation, and appropriate safeguards. Explanation. Moving an AI application into production requires more than simply creating a good prompt. Architects should think about evaluation, monitoring, error handling, security, reliability, and safeguards. AI systems can produce unexpected outputs, so production applications should be designed to detect and handle failures appropriately. A strong architecture treats the model as one component of a larger system, rather than assuming that the model alone will solve every problem. Question 5. A user asks Claude to perform an action that could have significant consequences. What should an application architect consider before allowing the action to happen automatically? A. Whether additional validation, authorization, or human review is appropriate. B. Whether the prompt can be made longer. C. Whether the model can generate more text. D. Whether all application logs should be deleted. Correct answer. A. Whether additional validation, authorization, or human review is appropriate. Explanation. When AI output can trigger consequential actions, architects should consider appropriate controls and safeguards. Depending on the application, this may include authorization checks, validation, limits on automated actions, monitoring, or human approval. The key principle is that the AI model should not automatically receive unlimited authority simply because it can generate a recommendation or action. A well-designed system places the right controls around the model and clearly defines what the AI can and cannot do. And that's a wrap. You've just completed 5 Claude Certified Architect Foundations practice questions covering important concepts such as context, retrieval, application architecture, reliability, and safeguards. If you found these questions helpful, like this video, subscribe to Pass4Future and turn on notifications for more certification practice questions and exam preparation content. And don't forget, you can get the downloadable PDF of these questions and answers from Pass4Future.com. The link is available in the description below. Keep practicing, keep learning, and most importantly, understand the concepts behind the answers. Good luck with your Claude Certified Architect Foundations exam, and I'll see you in the next video.